And so you may wonder, what is Great Works Alliance? And here we will share with you the most updated site that we have developed at this point in time. Great Works Alliance, inspiring and empowering the hero within. Do you have what it takes to engage in your matrix? This is not your simple golden egg hunt. Ready to be challenged? Great Works Alliance, celebrating and empowering the people through interactive, engaging, and optimizing quests and missions. We are seeking players to join our development and growth in tech community service meshing. Are you ready to play your game? Play shall begin the process of establishing fun gamification of realities to expand the community dynamics and desire to connect with others within the local area, starting small but expanding globally. We will do this via virtual reality simulations and virtual overlay programs, including but not limited to daily activities, creative events, and gatherings in your community. If you have gotten this far, you have completed mission 1. This is our invitation for everybody to join us, to play with us. We're here to play and work together in building a better way of community involvement and improving the quality of life of all of our community members and players within this wonderful game of life. So if you've done mission 1, like watch the video with us, then you would go next to mission 2. Mission 2, create my profile. To become a player in the game on our side, please fill out this questionnaire. So this is our flat platform profile, and you click on the image and it will take you to your profile skills, merit, and initiative evaluation. This evaluation is not a personal evaluation. It is more looking at what skills you have and what your passions are. Because when we are doing what we have a passion for, feels a lot less like work than actual work. So we say here, ready to take the challenge? This form can be filled out by the individual for him or herself or to evaluate others. It is designed to enable all participants a chance to learn what your skill set is best suited for. Once you have filled out this form and receive your results, you will be invited to participate in team projects and assignments based on your interests and expertise. May the force be with you. So that is mission 2, and then we go to mission 3, which is back on the website here. You get to our website by going to www.greatworksalliance.com, and it will take you to the front page. And we will share the next part. So we have shown you mission 2. Now mission 3 is about logging into your account. So once you have completed your profile, you will receive an invitation from OS Ticket to log in. To sign into the help desk, follow the directions up here. So the directions say sign in here. I am an agent now that you've registered your profile. So we can click on this image here and it will take you to this screen. The first thing you want to do is go up to the upper right hand corner, sign in. When you get to this page, you do not want to put your email address in here. This is for the guests, those who are asking for assistance or asking for alliance or collaboration or want to become involved. But you have registered and have your profile already set, and so you will register as an agent. So then you will be adding your username or email address. To start with, we'll just start with Coalition for Protection of Children and Families because we're using the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families as our beta test. And we have tasks, and we have tickets, and we have users, and we have a knowledge base, and we have a lot of different features that you can explore and create your personal profile with. Now it's in beta testing right now. Not all of the features are available in this beta test, and we are developing it. You know, it's still in development, and we are asking for your help in developing this resource center. It is an information database railway resource center, and we want to enable it to be compatible for community development and building building individuals in quality of life and health and wellness, helping families that may be struggling, and many other areas. And we are looking for tech developers to participate in some of our newer missions. And with that, I would like to welcome our player who's joined us here. Welcome, Rich, to the introduction of Great Works Alliance. Hi there, I'm Lyra. Right. Well, thank you for joining us, and we did receive your profile. Have you been able to get into OS Ticket yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't been able to. Well, I haven't received an email yet from OS Ticket. And I looked around. I thought maybe it was in my spam folder, and it wasn't. I might be able to pull this up.
And you looked for, it wouldn't be coming from Great Works Alliance, it would be coming from Coalition for the number 4 protection at gmail.com, because that's where we're beta testing all of this. From what we understand, also Gmail has been having a delay of services for up to a week as well, so that might also be an issue. So I've got your name up here, Rich. I can reset your password and send you a reset password email.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not sharing your information on this video. We are recording. I intend to take some of the content from this video and share it publicly. Please let me know if that would be all right with you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you. We always make sure that we honor everybody's privacy here, and yeah, we want to be able to help our players navigate through the services and work with us in developing these services so that they are more user friendly. And
right. No, I absolutely agree with that. I was actually leading up to this call here. I was working with trying to think what the program was.
What program were you working with?
I think it's Stack.
Stack.
Slack. SLACK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nate has looked into that a little bit.
I mean, it's a good communication platform. One thing that I like about it, as opposed to Facebook, is you're able to load and download documents. So you're able to share documents with other people, where Facebook doesn't exactly allow you to do that easily. You have to share a Google Drive account to, like through a link on Facebook that way, and there's no way that anybody's able to easily look for what they're trying to find. You get a link for it, and that's it.
And that's what we've been finding with a lot of these different platforms is that as much as they say they're here to help in community building and helping with collaborative projects and so forth, there's still a lot to be desired.
Oh yeah.
And we're looking at all of these different areas that of communication and collaboration and teamwork and team building and developing something that's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. I promise you.
Oh yeah. No, when you guys contacted me with this idea, I was almost like, wow, there's somebody else thinking exactly the same way as me. But they have the means to physically make it happen. And me, I ask for help because I'm one person. I only have a little bit of time. Even though I try to dedicate all of my day to everything that I'm working at. If I was to do it alone, it would take me my entire lifetime to get it all together. And I mean, I've established great connections with a lot of people all over the country for different resources. A lot of that is great, but ultimately, I don't have time to just physically do it all myself. And if I'm able to contribute to somebody else with the same views, then I'm still doing the same thing. That's how I look at it.
And that's what we're building here. Is this is about building these alliances, because no one person can take on this enormous idea and project.
Exactly.
We know this. It's like every day we keep learning more and more about different applications and different programs and different language and I had a headache earlier today because of all of the information. It's like data overload here. So,
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, it's like whenever I'm grabbing well, just the other day, courtesy of the Epoch Times journalists, I was able to get the actual criminal complaint against that Kyle Rittenhouse kid that shot those three people. What was that, around Wisconsin? And I was able to get the entire document, and I was also able to get the written reports from the police and statements from other witnesses and things like that too. And we were able to put that on our Crooked Cops Anonymous page to give a little bit of transparency. There's so many people trying to say that he's out there intentionally trying to shoot people. There's people out there trying to say that it was self-defense, and we figure if we're able to put this factual information out there, then people were able to create a stronger opinion without any bias, rather than just aimlessly like the news. The news will only give you so much information, and the newspapers might give you different information. And if we're given factual information out there, then it's undisputable at that point, and you know exactly what you're working.
and that's what we want to be able to promote and support, is that facts-based articles and information. None of this hearsay and rumors. Let's get the brass tacks, basic, real information. Legitimately sourced and background checked and everything, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. I mean, Trump highlighted it in his campaign. There's a lot of fake news
Oh yeah.
going around. Some of it supports Trump, some of it doesn't. Some of it supports other people, and some of it doesn't. But the matter is that it's hard to disseminate whether or not it's fake news, because so much of it is coming through. And so we want to be able to provide those filters and giving access to the valid facts-based information, not like Facebook does.
Oh yeah. No. I've already had my short little war with Facebook on their fact checking, and I've given up on that. That's somebody else's problem. But I've come to understand that it is what it is. There's not much I can do, and I'll just beat it by making sure that my information out there is accurate. That's about it.
Rich, can you keep your speaker closer to you, because you keep fading out when you're talking?
Yeah, is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you. Well, thank you, Rich, for joining us tonight, and we are happy to work with you and build alliances. And hello there, Sarah. How are you doing?
Oh, me. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
And welcome
So
to tonight's meeting.
Thank you.
I said welcome to.
I said thank you. Thank you. I don't know what you were saying about the fact checking, but I got something very namby-pamby, and they said this has been fact checked, and they were disagreeing with it, with pure censorship on something that was totally innocuous.
Oh yeah,
They are really going too far.
I see it all the time. Actually, I think I sent a screenshot of one to Lyra about a week ago, where it was a screenshot of a fact-checked article that was wrong, and then Facebook fact-checked the screenshot again, saying that their fact-checking was even wrong too. It was misleading, and we're like, wow, that's hilarious. Fact-checked itself.
Sent something to someone about a workshop for Sherry Edwards, a free workshop on, she does sound healing with frequency, and she actually did the frequency of the coronavirus when it first came out, and said it has the signature of a man-made substance that has intelligence. And then she's also said there were 3 different substances that were put on the public. First it was corona, then it was COVID, and then it was COVID-19. Now, so here she also has a frequency that will heal it. And she can also do your voice print, and she can listen to your voice and tell if you're telling the truth, but also do a whole diagnosis of your whole body and figure out what's going on with your body, and then come up with the frequency to compensate for that and heal you. Well, someone from Amazon took her course and is patenting her process. And so she's saying, fuck you,
I've actually
I'm
heard
going
of something like that
to the
through
world for free. So I wrote some of this into my little, and you can go look her up, Dr. Sherry, A-R-R-Y, Edwards. And it's soundhealingoptions.com. Well, so anyway, I wrote a thing about Amazon, and I wrote some of this, and I was sending it to her so she could go to the workshop that was going to start right away. What comes back is that it failed to be sent because it was deemed abusive. Deemed abusive. A free workshop about healing coronavirus. So I turned around and I took a picture of it with my Amazon tablet, and I sent it as a photo to her and was able to bypass them.
Yeah.
There's
Sometimes
more than one way to skin a cat.
Yep. When you find a wall, you find a way around it.
That's right. And what we're doing is we're building this underground railway that's going to bring about a transformation of understanding of information, and that's part of the algorithm we're working on. That we have in the works. Actually, we had a meeting earlier today to start scraping content from sites and have it automated within the framework of Great Works Alliance. We're looking for more tech savvy individuals to join on that particular mission. And we have many other missions that are on the back burner right now because that's like paramount at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
We
Once you
have,
get to a certain point, you need to grow the platform itself to
right,
allow everything else to grow too.
right, and that's what we're here to do is talk about that growth and development and how we're going to build this up from what it is right now, which is at its base very simplistic, but gives you the ability to access teams that have specific focuses that they're working on or their capabilities fall within, whether it's veterans advocacy or family court advocacy or environmental advocacy or legal advocacy, you know, and the list goes on. And we can also proudly announce that we're working with United Parents for Children and getting their whole team set up with resources as well through this framework. And the more that we can build it up, the more useful it will be for such organizations as the Coalition for Protection of Children and Families, which is using it right now, and those other organizations that are building alliances with us. And we are continuing to encourage everyone, let's build these alliances because, like Rich was saying earlier, it's hard for one person to do all that is necessary in order to improve the quality of life and community and sustainability. And when we work together, we will make leaps and bounds, and it will just be amazing, fantastic.
Over over the years, I've found that there is more people that want to participate in something like this. They just don't feel that they are capable of it. And once I just bring them into different topics of discussion and then put them into a group of people with similar mindset, it takes off. It really does. And it's amazing how easy something like this can grow.
Right?
But it's also, I've also seen how easily it can be destroyed in a sense. Like infighting has been probably the biggest problem that I've seen when you're establishing any kind of organizational group. And
Right.
once you're able to establish what creates the infighting, you're able to address that a little bit different.
Exactly. And we're looking at this from the lens of let's not get distracted by personal bias here. This is about working together to transform this broken system into a sustainable, community-centered, family-centered system that works for everyone. What I am sharing here is something we've been working on for the past day to gather the different parts of this enormous concept in a mind map type of a presentation. This is only still a part, not the full scope, but only a part of what Great Works Alliance is developing here. But this has to do with the game plan. And we have, you know, our main topics here is the game on player profile portal. That's when you've created your profile, and then we get you onboarded through the OS ticket. So you sent your email. And by the way, Rich, I did send you a password reset. So check in your email. It's
I did get that. I
okay.
did get that. Yep.
Do you know if it came from OS ticket or from Coalition for Protection? Let's make sure we confirm that.
It came from OS Ticket.
Okay, so what we're doing here right now is we're piecing this together with open source and free tools in an effort to present something that can then be transformed into a singular operating system that helps facilitate all of these different sectors of community and family and society in a beneficial way, you know, improving quality of life for all. And so anyway, I wanted to get back to the mind map. So much to think about and talk about.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And just like for the sections, the subsections that we have here, the player options, we have player missions. That's what we started this call with, where some of the player missions, participant missions, call to action, mission metrics, how we measure your progress, how you then receive merit badges and other recognition for the accomplishments, your goals and quests that you have accomplished. And then we have teams and assignment metrics and other metrics that also are expanded upon and included. And of course, it is an ever-growing project, and we welcome any and all contributions as long as they are in the spirit of intent of treating others as you would be treated. We believe in the golden rule. We abide by it and respect everyone within their scope and talent and abilities to join and participate in this great work here.
Oh yeah. I think I've been bred in possibly a different way from a lot of people, where I look at things objectively and try to put emotion aside, and that way I'm able to focus on what it is that's actually the problem, what's going on. A lot of people come to me with their problems and claim that I'm like the master problem solver. And I mean, it could be something as simple as they're just having a stressful day and they're having a hard time working out their time schedule, or it could be, oh, I'm having a hard time with a court filing or court matters, and I just don't know how to prepare this. And I give them resources and say, well, this is where I find some of my information. Maybe this will be helpful for you. Or look at one of my filings and look where it took me. I've had a positive or a negative reaction to that. And like I said, looking at something objectively is ultimately the only way to find a solution.
Right. And it is very hard, especially for those who have been caught up in the family court system, to look at anything objectively.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of tension with those kind of things.
All those heart triggers, all that tension, it just is not an easy war scene. it's nothing but a war scene a lot of the time. So yeah, what we're providing here is to remove that factor. It does good for us to have social networking, to communicate our stresses, our worries, and our concerns, as long as, you know, there's some productive progress in that and not negative. I mean, we have in our groups, like the Coalition for Protection on Facebook, we have our ethical policies there, and on other groups as well. And I make sure to bring them up every once in a while, remind people this is an environment where we need to treat each other with respect and understanding and compassion, because
right. Yep.
you know, nobody needs to be hurt any more than they already are by a corrupt system that's destroying families everywhere. That just doesn't get anything done.
I've had to take some members of leadership aside before and have conversations with them and say, look, if this is too hard for you, please tell me.
Right.
You can still maintain every duty that you have, but if there's a problem, I want to be there to help you. I'm not here to kick you out or feed the problem. I want to fix it. Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sarah, you've been silent there, and I'm glad that you joined us this evening. I hope that all is well with you there in Belize. And do you have any
And I
updates on?
also hear, well, I have a Jim here, Jim Rabone. It's real interesting because, like last week, she texted me and she says that she's done, she wants to sell the house. And we went, whoa, 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 not so fast, not so fast. And then she writes me back a little while later, and she's all up for it, and now she's just gung ho. And when she made it in her life, everything shifted around her, and everything started to work out. But it starts with us. We create our own reality.
Right.
And now she's creating a good reality.
That is awesome.
So it's happening.
Awesome.
And we had a nice meeting. I think I've talked to you since we had that, and it's gotten even better since then. Because I met with her in Belmopan, which is another town, and where she had to get the paperwork done, and I got my paperwork done, and we spent the night together, and it turned out very well.
Wonderful.
So everything's going forward with that one.
That is
Now,
great.
Dr. Kendall, I told, he's head of a WASPy. You know, the one that, and I have not been able to reach him. I left a voicemail for him, and it turns out that the email I have for him, I must have something wrong in it because it did not go through. Because I was telling him that you were sending an email. Did yours go through?
I haven't gotten feedback yet, but I will check after this meeting to see, because
Maybe it didn't go through.
and right
He can still. But, you know, they're looking at expanding the WASP. I forget the name of what it's called, Faith is something. Oh,
that's it.
United Faith is Cosman.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. In any case, you know, I've considered myself a faithist since 1979. But do I think of it as a religion? I don't. Have I joined them officially? I have not. Am I an official vegetarian? I am not. But in any case, we were on a call, and they're wanting to expand. And I thought, well, this would be a great organization for him, and he liked the idea. So he will at least come in and check it out.
So Dale was our original contact with UFK, and he had to go. He had some other business that he had to deal with, and so has not been very active with us, but he's still involved with the community network that we have for Great Works Alliance. And so if you can get in touch with Dale, he might be able to give you
Easily.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth every day is telling God, remember you have an important meeting on Friday at 10:30. Remember you have a meeting on Friday at 10:30. Every day she was pumping him up. He has the meeting at 10:30 on Friday, and then afterwards having lunch at the table outside of the kitchen with Garth and this guy, and he's talking about something, and then he mentions Cosman. And I went, oh my God, you can only know about Cosman if you know about a WASPy. What's the chances? And that was Dale.
Yep.
The important meeting was with Dale.
Nice.
So, and then I kind of became the communication between Garth and a WASP. We're going, at that time, they were willing to put money into Boulder Gardens and then give Garth a life estate. Because I don't know what's going to happen when he dies. The people up there don't know they're on the back end. You know, they really don't. And I don't know what's going to, you know, he needs someone that he can trust. And I think a WASPy would be perfect.
Yeah.
They would build more infrastructure and let him have it exactly the way they want. But he's already knocking at the door. And it's like, maybe what keeps him alive is there's no one to take over his community.
Well, and that's a serious thing to consider for a lot of people, is what what are they going to leave their property to that's going to cherish it as they did and respect it and you know carry out some of the wishes of those that have passed. And it is very often that people will donate their property to churches and other organizations that are nonprofit organizations, helping communities, helping build, you know, keeping in line in the spirit of intent of treating others as you want to be treated. And that's one thing we love and continue to promote.
So how soon do you want me? I mean, I can get in touch with them right away if you want and have them call you. Is that what you'd like?
So yeah, it would be great if we could have a conversation on the phone. If you can
have his phone number?
If you can send him the web address for Great Works Alliance.
Okay.
I think that would be a good introduction for him.
Okay.
We've worked really hard to make that very presentable, you know, pop out. And, hey, this is something you can get involved with. We're looking for all types of players, whether they're in the tech or the community or faiths. You know, we're looking for tech builders right now, but I mean, that's our main focus. But we are also building alliances with organizations everywhere that are doing these great works.
So we're looking for a web designer right now. Who do you know that's a good web designer?
Right. We've been looking for a good web designer ourselves.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, you can trust me.
And Rich, you were sending me a message that you've been able to now log in to OS Ticket, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I got into it, and there's like there's a couple tabs across the top of the screen, and then there's a bunch of the one that I have open is tickets.
Okay. And those tickets are based on the teams that you're assigned to. Now, we are going to be publishing a list of all of the teams for you to review. And if you want to join another team, just let us know and we'll add you to that team. This is our filter system, which is not automated yet. The filter system is me. So I go through.
That's understandable. I'm doing the same thing myself.
Right?
So can you explain what the teams are for?
The teams are for any number of activities, assignments, missions, internal ticket requests to assist. Like if you're building your NGO and you need a legal advocate or individual who has legal knowledge on how to build your NGO, you can ask for a information or contact with the legal team that is available in the list when you create your ticket, because it'll say ticket request, and then you can look. There will be a down arrow in the screen that will show you a list of different teams, and you can choose from those any team that you think might be able to take care of the ticket, and then it goes to that team, and then it becomes a mission for that team to complete.
And so then you also sign up to be on certain teams wherever your expertise is?
Right.
Okay, gotcha. That's a nice concept.
That, I mean, you know, that way we don't get overwhelmed with all the things we don't understand, because somebody else might understand it, and we can say, oh, this is confusing for me, I need some help. And somebody from the tech department or the legal department, you know, all these teams can come and say, oh, well, we can explain this to you better. Or, you know, we can take care of this for you. That's the whole idea behind what we're building here. And again, this is still in beta testing, so we are still asking for more people to join our teams. be a part of the process here. The more people that get involved in the teams, the more that this engine will continue moving forward and gaining speed. And that's the idea.
Now, are we at any time asked to give money to this?
At this time, no, this is the beta test. So if you are an organization that has 25 or more employees, when we come out with the main framework, there will be a fee. But the individual is not charged. That is not what this is about. This is about
Okay.
empowering and inspiring everyone in their individual paths. And this is about network and team building and building those alliances and building those communities up. And we can't do that if we have to keep paying for it. We're already paying
Right.
through the nose for it. So, I mean, that's just our contribution here. And if you wish to give us a donation, we have a donation button on the website. It is secured through PayPal. Grassroots, and yes, there is money that's being put out. I'm spending money, my partner spent money, other founders have spent money in order to provide these services, because we want them out there. We want people to take advantage of this resource and expand it. Let's make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Let's see it expand through quantum fields of imagination. You know, we can do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, Jim, what is your organization? Rich, what is your organization?
I don't have one yet, but I work with a lot of groups on Facebook, and I started out with the troubled teen industry, trying to show awareness of what goes on in the troubled teen industry and how easily these programs have no government oversight and basically hide behind religious beliefs and contribute towards the trafficking of minors. And as I've grown from that, we've established several different groups, and there is some organizations now that have formed because of it. But we have survivor groups, we have advocacy groups. I've progressively moved forward on other different paths, but as I come across different things, one is civilian oversight for police and community conduct. I'm in constant contact with my legal officials, my governors, my governor and state representatives and senators and those kind of things. I've been involved with my own family court matters since 2010, and I've been helping a lot of other people with theirs. When you're in court, everybody makes it seem like your case is very specific to you, but it definitely isn't. We've managed to show there is so much problems with the way that the family courts are even set up that the average person can't even comprehend how to even go about it. And I've sought out people that are able to help other people in the same way. So I for the most part, I bounce around all over the place, but I group everybody together where they need to be.
And that's awesome. You know, that's a step in getting these teams built. We want to build dream teams here. You know, we're passionate about what we do. And we want people to be passionate about what they do and not have to feel like they're in a prison, that they have to conform. They have to do these things. We want you to be happy to do them.
Absolutely.
We're here to help. So it's we're looking for others that are here to help. And let's combine our efforts and not worry about those that are stuck. We can help them too.
That's right.
The point.
That's how I look at it.
Well, Rich, when you were talking about the teens, and I remember one of the volatile conversations I had with Dr. Kendall the other day. Turned out to be a horrible conversation. But, he was talking about discrimination, and I said, the most discriminated sect there is in our country, I said, are the adolescents.
Absolutely. Yep.
The teenagers. Oh, he's got, and he didn't understand that. And he's a doctor in education. He's got a doctorate in education, and he's doctor. And I thought, oh my God, it was such a distasteful comment. Then they're quasi-responsibility, not real responsibility. They're never given real responsibility, and then get into teens, they have no place, and they have no self-worth. And it's the whole way our system is set up that it's just insane. But he didn't get that. He knew more than I did,
No.
so what could I say?
Run into that every once in a while, and it's like,
Right.
well, once you get to a certain point, you're like, all right, I understand.
Well, so in continuing on this conversation, when we can schedule time this coming week to work on specific goals. So with you, Sarah, it would be filling out the skills and merit form. And Rich, what do you believe you would like to focus on now that you have been able to get into the system?
Maybe getting to understand the way that all this works. Like, would I go into tasks? Would I go into tickets? Like, help me interpret how this works. So I see that in the tickets tab, for example, I can see all these different ticket numbers and when they were updated and the priority levels.
Right.
But I'm not seeing. Well.
So you
Okay,
want
so
to
I see
narrow it
subject
down
lines.
with, right. So you want to narrow
Do I
it
just
down.
pick any of them, or would I go through and just go from the top of the screen and work down in a sense? Or is this just an information tab where we're able to use it as a resource, or
Okay.
something to contribute towards the task?
You got.
Well, I don't see any tasks in there, so.
That's because we're creating them.
Okay.
So, are you able to click on the knowledge base tab?
Yeah. Yep.
So if you click on the knowledge base, is there a feature that you are able to click on to add to the knowledge base?
I got About Us, advocate registration, parental rights books, public introduction, Mission Impossible, our allies and player resources. But I don't see anything to add or contribute.
All right, let me get to the page itself. This is one of the features that we are wanting to build upon. So you're looking at a screen that looks like this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And level of permission. Permission gives you different options and abilities. No
So
more than 3 times.
what we want to do first is we want to figure out what teams you want to be assigned to. Get to the appropriate section here. There's a lot of information here on my end, so give me a moment. So we're going to go to teams. So did you see how I did that? I went to the agents, and it had a drop down menu, and there was agents and teams and roles and departments listed.
I don't have an agents tab, but there's an agent panel. Oh, that just brings me to dashboard users. Is it users maybe? There's a user directory.
The user directory is going to be for the guests.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Has to be assigned.
Now, I've only got 5 tabs across the top of the screen, and agents is not one of them. On the far right, mine says knowledge base.
Okay. So you're down here. There's going to be, you're seeing tickets, tasks, agents, users, and knowledge base.
I only have one set of tabs, and it says dashboard, users, task, ticket, knowledge base.
Okay. So what we need to do is I got a list, and I'm going to go over here to agents, and I'm going to go to your profile. And what we're going to do is we are going to set you up with 3 teams that you pick.
Okay.
So we have level 1 support. We have Phoenix Advocate and Veteran Service Team, Adult Development and Education, Advertising, Advocate Coordination and Support, Advocate Training, Art and Music, Business CPA Development Team, Clerical Team, Communications Team, Community Development. Here, I'm actually going to I'm going to share the screen because there's a lot of teams that we have here. and some of them are even organizations. So can you see what I'm sharing on the screen here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me know when you have read to the bottom so I can scroll down.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that's fine. That's perfect.
All right. And then so this
public speaking, recruitment. I'd say possibly the resources and referral would be something. Yeah, that would work.
So I can add you there.
Say with news and media possibly, but I might be a little bit limited with that. I mean, I have a few different resources with a couple different
We haven't reviewed any of that yet.
I guess
The beauty-
reporters in a sense,
Right.
writers.
The beauty of this is that when you're a part of a team, there's going to be others that have similar focus or different focus from you, and that's where the beauty comes in, is that
That's where we can all put in our little pieces and chunks and work it all together.
exactly, and that makes it more complete and whole and community centered, because everybody within that team had contributed something. All right, is there any other team that you would identify with?
say unite parents for children. That's one.
All right. We'll add you to the United Parents for Children. I have to fix that. It should say United. I forgot the D. I'm sorry. And so then we'll save these changes, and then on your end, it should show that you will be getting alerts for each of these teams when a ticket comes in, and either when a level 1 supporter has received a general ticket and then assigns it to a team, or the individual user has assigned it to a team, it will go to that team. And there should be a notification in your email. Notifications from here on out that are through this system are going to come through our test site, and that's coalition for the number 4 protection@gmail.com will be where you will get your notifications. Okay.
Okay.
And so yeah, and it may not come right off the top of, you know, continue running, but the idea here is we continue building and more people join in and more people create tickets, then they'll be tagged to the specific teams. Like I do it every so often. Again, this is all being filtered by myself and other admins, and we don't have it automated yet, but this is another one of those features that we will have included in the updated framework when we're done.
Hey, part of growing is learning.
Right?
It's like, okay, well now we're exceeding our ability with this, and this is what we need to improve on. And I mean, it's a never-ending growing process. It really is, growing and learning.
And that's great. And I understand that, you know, we're doing this right now to ensure that each player has the ability to identify with the team, that they're able to choose that team, so they have that engagement and in getting involved with this program. And we have Sarah back, but she went out the door. Uh-oh. Don't worry about it. So, I mean, this is, I think, been a very good meeting. We've been able to get some follow through and make sure that you've been properly onboarded. And if there's anything you have a question about, you know, we are happy to set aside time and discuss that with you individually. And anyone else who may have questions, to please contact us at greatworksalliance@gmail.com, or through our website. There is a contact form there as well. And
Okay.
just contact us and it'll be right there.
Now with the tickets tab, would I be able to, like, say I see one that I find interesting, am I able to click into it and contribute to that?
Yes. Unfortunately, this system doesn't allow for more than one person to work on a ticket at a time. So
Okay.
what you would need to do is, if you find something that's interesting, you send an internal message. Click on a ticket just to test this out. If you click on a ticket, what does it tell you?
Do I click on the ticket number or the subject?
You can click on either.
Okay. All right, so when I click into it, it scrolls right to the bottom. Okay, it gives me the information up at the top, and then it gives me the ticket thread. And it shows some messages from you.
Right.
And then at the bottom, it says ticket is assigned to Lyra Star. And I can put that
Right
possibly
now.
outside of this, whether
Right.
it's on Facebook or phone or email, that kind of thing. Okay.
No, you can do it within the ticket. So why don't we do that right now, where we have you make a request on that ticket.
Is there anything you need me to type in there specifically?
No, just say request assignment. And then I go to, on my end, to the tickets, which I'm not going to be able to share here because there's personal information stored on them. Oh, wait a minute. This is okay. So yeah, okay.
Okay, so I'm able to post right in the line of things.
Okay. And then if you can let me know what ticket you are referring to, just give me the number.
77342.
Okay, so that was that one. Need help with discrimination from DCFS. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to show this without showing too much information, because I can show from one part that doesn't show the person's information. So what I did is I responded here, and then we go further down, and then today your request has been sent. So you've put in a request of assignment. So then I go down to this area here. No, I don't. I'm sorry. This is the wrong area. Oh, I can do this, and I can select your name. Now, if it's a team that is assigned the ticket, then the whole team gets to see it. If one person is assigned the ticket, that one person is able to see the responses and the activity.
Okay.
Good luck with this mission. Thank you for your participation. It will be great when we have this all automated. All right, so it has been now sent to you, and if you want to check on your end to see that that has been assigned to you, this is great. It's too bad that I can't.
Now where do I find that? Do I find it in tasks?
You will find it in tickets.
In tickets. Okay.
And it should, there's a drop-down menu that'll be tickets assigned to me. Do you see that? I'll go over to that.
My tickets. Okay.
My
tickets
my
and assigned to me. Yep. Okay, I found it.
Awesome. I know it does take a little work to navigate through this system, but it is set up so that we can protect our clients, we can protect our advocates, and that we have a track record. We can follow where the ticket went and how it was solved. And that's important, because a lot of what we see on Facebook and other social networks is somebody will be requesting assistance, someone will speak up, hey, I can help you, and then 2 months later that person is still stuck where they were. I've seen it happen too many times.
It's like in the dealership when work orders created, a lot of times they're not able to follow where the work order is. And if a work order gets lost, a customer that's waiting for, say, an oil change that takes a half hour, they could be there a couple hours before saying, hey, wait a minute, it's my car done. And service advisor has no idea.
Right. There isn't a proper chain of command that's happening there. And that's
Yeah.
in so many different service fields, whether it's for profit or nonprofit. And this ticket system enables for that to be resolved. That's why we want to be using this or something similar to this that can.
You got to be able to track your progress of things.
Right.
If not, people and things will fall through the cracks.
Exactly.
That's not fun. We don't want that.
And that's what's happening all over the world is people are falling through the cracks. Proper chain of command is not being followed, and it leaves a lot of people lacking and upset. We don't want that. We want
It's
to
like
uplift everybody.
when I was talking to you guys the other day, protests. People were using protests thinking that the protest itself is going to create the change. And the reality is that they need the change to happen. There's a proper way to go about it. And it's taken me a long time, even for myself, to learn that. But once I did, I was like, everybody else needs to know this.
Right.
It's
Well,
like,
you know,
you're trying to get laws to change, you need to put it on paper.
Yes.
Put it together in paper in an appropriate way, even. But our public officials, their job is only what's in front of them, what's on their desk.
Yep.
Word of mouth isn't just enough.
No, I mean, you know, when there was the whole movement for equal rights for Blacks and African Americans in the 60s, that was a whole orchestrated movement. It was not just protests in the street.
Right.
There was
a
lot going on.
legislation and everything. Yep.
Yes. So, you know, this is what we're looking at. We have an enemy that is fully organized and has everything planned out. They have a plan. They've been activating this plan for decades, if not longer. It is up to those of us who know that there's a better way to work together to develop that structure, that framework, and enable others to come on board with their skills and their abilities and their passions to make it come to fruition. Otherwise, if we leave it in the hands of those who are currently in charge, we're kind of left behind, aren't we?
They're only honing their own system. And that's what, I think it was yesterday, I was having a little debate, we'll call it. And it was related to the same thing. It was, if we're trying to organize anything that's for the people,
Right.
The government has to answer to us.
Right.
And the government runs in such a way that so it's just been normalized.
Yep.
They do everything they can to slow us down as regular people. If one person goes in with a complaint, it's nobody. But if everybody comes in, they can't ignore it.
Exactly. Together, strong,
yep.
We shall
Absolutely.
be. All right. Well, I'm thinking my battery is about to die here. You know, it was great to see you, Carol, Sarah, and thank you for giving us your update. And we will definitely be contacting you later this week to schedule for the workshop, you know, to see when you can get your partner together with you so that we can do it in a single shot with the two of you. and we'll get that done.
Perfect.
Okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you for joining us. And we're
Not a problem.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you, Carol.
have a great evening, both of you.
You too.
Thank you.